Happy Monday after Super Saturday, the Super Bowl of plexus training, one of the biggest training days of the year, and really just a great way to kick off the year for your business, truly. And I am so excited for you to hear a little nugget from everybody tonight who took time to either watch at a watch party or watch in some sort of way. It was a sacrifice to be able to attend the training. So, what you're going to be able to hear tonight is going to be really, really powerful. And I know I'm excited for it because there is just something so cool about how we can all listen to the same thing, but the thing that stands out to us the most is always different. Very rarely do we have like the same takeaway. Sometimes they'll cross over, or sometimes they'll relate, or sometimes somebody will build on something somebody else said. But for the most part, they're all different. And I just always think that that is so cool. So we're going to kick it off tonight. Kaylee, you're first on my screen. You ready? Ready to kick this off?
Okay, no pressure. Yeah, I got it. Okay, so the one thing I kind of took away, I wrote down from Alec, kind of toward the end of the training, and he said, "You are not behind. You are right where you are supposed to be." And that for me, like, just really hit home because I think last year, toward the end, I felt like I was behind, like always. But just a good reminder that I'm right where I'm supposed to be.
That's so good. All right, Vanessa, you're next on my screen.
I had absolutely no clue, and I'm probably not going to say it right, about the creating, how you say it? I didn't hear you.
Creatine.
Create, creatine. I had no clue. I thought it was just for like muscles. I thought, yeah, I didn't know it could be a I mean, a mood changer, make it all clear. I had no clue. That was so awesome to learn about that. And always be positive. That was the other thing that I got from there too.
That's so good. Mike, are you at a place where you can share? Run. Run.
I don't know if somebody puked last night in the bed, or the dog puked, or there was poop. I don't know, but we just found it, so it's fine. Anyways, um, I think I think my biggest takeaway was just I feel like there was a lot of science which I really liked, which just I feel like I need to engage in that side more of it and like truly understanding what each customer needs rather than, the XYZ options. Especially with the new product. I'm really excited about it, but I do think that there's going to be a path that you have to follow to correctly sell it, two, for it to be successful, and three, for it to continue on as a good product. Unless like we have to, without sounding cheesy, like we have to sell it right, or it's gonna, I think, be a bust because there's been so much bad stuff about creatine in the past. But I think the way we sell it and the way we promote it and finding the right people for it, it's gonna just prosper. But I think for me, I want to like Lexi and I were kind of talking about it today, just some of the product stuff we have in boards and following along with that and truly actually knowing what that stuff says rather than, I mean, we've all come this far in this that I feel like I need to like get better about that kind of stuff. So there's lots of good stuff, but that was one thing that I think I really took away from this weekend.
So good. Michelle, are you at a place you can share?
Yeah, my thing that I took away most was from Alec. because I wasn't here if when everyone else maybe shared it. I don't know how many people have shared, but um, it's worth repeating anyways. But the whole do, doing, and done, which is somewhere where I'm just like either I'm like it's on the to do or it's done, either it's there or crossed off, and giving that grace of like you're actually work like what things you're actually working on right now. And then also for my brain where they were like only work on three things at a time. So for my brain to be like can't do it all. You cannot do the whole list right now, but you like if I could just focus on three things. And I've done that for years of like three tasks to get done. Um, you know, either school or different things and like, oh, these three things are the must things to get done. So it was kind of calming to my brain to be like, you can only be doing three things right now, and that's what you can do. So, and then that, I don't know, just put me at ease that like I can't do it all. And that's okay because nobody can. So I liked that.
Yes, and in order to do things well, also to not stretch so thin, 100%. Okay, I'm gonna go next, and then we're gonna save mom for last so she can prepare. Mine, I feel like at the beginning, Tarl said some things, and then closer to the end, Blake said some things that really like sandwiched and went really well together. So I literally like was copying, pasting in my notes, moving things around. At the beginning, Tarl said, "When purpose is shared, momentum takes over." And I was just like, I could not get that written into my notes fast enough. I was like, that is so, so good. And then talking about how belief grows when people experience plexus and feel connected. So those two are kind of intertwined. That was Tarl at the beginning. And then Blake at the end was talking about the development bonuses and the cash that's on the table in quarter 1 with that and how it's doubled in January. And like essentially somebody at Plexus like took the checkbook and is just throwing cash around like it's nobody's business. But Blake slowed it down and he was like the magic, and I'm gonna read it because otherwise I'm gonna botch it. The magic of the development bonus is not the money, it's mastery of the skill of the power of three. And I was like, I think that is so important because we get so excited when we see these big bonuses and like, yes, like my family can use that. This is what we'd use it for. Like this, if I, who isn't gonna say no right now? Like credit cards from Christmas are coming due. Extra cash? Yes, please. Like that's just they're every human being. I don't feel like we're gonna find a human being who's gonna say, no, I'm good. We got it covered this January. We don't need none of that extra cash flying around. But to be able to think bigger and think, who can I help earn that cash? And who am I going to help along the way to earning that cash? Like there's all these different ways that we can twist it to make it more about the connection, the more about sharing a purpose and more just really tying together all of Plexus rather than pigeonholing and focusing on only products or only community or only opportunity or only creatine or only whatever. I just thought that those two, just like from the beginning and the end, really sandwiched. It was a lot of science. There was a lot of goodness and a lot of science this time. And I feel like the science was good, but I feel like the way that those sandwiched the beginning and the end was really, really, really powerful.
Yes, and that it's funny how because literally, you guys, I told Lexi, I said I'm doing my notes in my phone this year instead of writing them on paper because then they're right there and like she said, searchable, and I'm like, oh yeah, I can do that. I might have to ask her to tell me how to do that, but I'll figure that out. But anyway, one okay, I would like to first start off with Micah. I never thought of that because obviously creatine is not something where I have looked at and have promoted it before because I knew nothing about it. I literally just started within the last probably 3 weeks looking at it myself, not knowing that this was the product that was coming. So that was a good I never looked at it from that side point, but of course you would have as a trainer that creatine could for that reason. Okay, so totally get that obviously different um angle. Thank you. brain. Okay, but there's a word that kept popping up that kept popping up on Super Saturday. There is no magic. It all starts with your belief. Belief. I have belief probably in four different speakers that talked. Is your belief right now in the company and these products? So that was something, it was kind of reaffirming of, I felt that for a long time, that I've always believed that I am here for a reason and that our team is here for a reason, and that's what you need to move forward. The other thing that Carl said was, what is the one thing I'm going to do differently that could change the trajectory of my business? And I actually did a post, and I borrowed it from someone that they posted it. If you keep doing, it was something, I'm summarizing, if you keep doing the same thing in 2026 that you did in 2025, you're going to have the same year that you had in 2025. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to have the same year I had in 2025. So I'm ready to change. So that was something, it was ironic that that also had come up again. Being coachable. Autumn Swanhart, who was the nurse, and her mom started first. And she said, I knew when I decided that I was going to do this, I needed the mindset, and I felt like I had it, and I wanted to be coachable. Your mentors are where they are for a reason, to listen to them. So that's always looking at others and what they've gone through, what they're doing now. And to be quite honest, let me rephrase that, not rephrase that. Let me add on to that is, just because someone is doing something right then in their business doesn't mean that that's what you should be doing in your business. Let's not think about, that's the raccoon thing. Oh my gosh. Anybody see a sparkly thing and be like, I'm going for that. I want that. I want that. But then that's not right for you right then, if that makes sense. Because I was that same person. If there was a prize out there, I was going to go for it no matter what. And what I've learned in my 12 years of being with this company is, that's not how we go about things. It's all about the people and listening to them. And how I wanted to preface with what Micah said, in addition to learning more about our products, let's twofold that and learn more about our people. Why are they here? Because if you're like me in 12 years, what I have found is they don't tell you everything right off the beginning of either A, the medications they're taking, B, the water that they're drinking, C, the food that they're consuming, the exercise they're getting, the steps, how much they're pooping. Let's just be real. So in addition to learning more about the products and the science, then also learning more about our people. And I would tend to lean more into learning more about your people first, and then we can search about the products, and then we learn, coincide. Um, Dr. Shaw had the focus on your gut, because that is where everything starts and where everything ends. And if you've been here for a minute, you've heard that more times than not. And it's just so reaffirming again in your belief that you are in the right place with the right company. Sheila Medina simplifying it. Um, Blake, like Lexi
God,
said,
that's way
master
more
this.
than one takeaway.
Oh, sorry.
You just hold on. Hold on 1 minute.
Okay. All right.
All right, Taylor, you tell us, what was your biggest takeaway from Super Saturday?
My biggest takeaway, and it's funny that I jumped on when Jeannie was talking about having the same year in 2025 or in 2026 as we will in 2025. And my biggest, and that coincided, I believe it was Sheila Medina who said something about you have not failed, you have not given up, you have not stalled, you are not starting over, you're moving forward. And I feel in 2025, I had a lot of, I'm starting over again. I'm starting over again. And then the month would end and the month would start. And I said, I'm starting over again. And it was very much a very, very hard 2025. And so that phrase is no longer in my phrase box. My toolbox is empty of I am starting over again. It is I am moving forward for a reason. And when Sheila, I'm pretty sure it was Sheila Medina who said it. And when she said that, I was like, hey, I feel like she knows exactly what's happening in my brain. And she said exactly what I needed to hear. And then I hop on tonight, and Jeannie said, you're going to have the same year if you're doing the same damn things. And I said, just drill it in a little bit further, would ya? Just drill it in. 100% what I needed to hear. Um, I thought that Super Saturday this year was very um I I want to say mind focused without being too much self-helpy, and just like the words and the speakers that they had, it's like they knew exactly what was happening in my brain. I that was my biggest takeaway, and that is phrase. So if anybody hears me say I'm starting over again, just get the spray bottle, like send a flick emote, like, oh man, that is it. We're moving forward. It's happened for a reason. And that's it.
I love it. The other way that I've heard that said before is you're not starting over, you're starting from so much experience. I just, I love that. It's such a good perspective shift and it will do nothing but serve you. I love it. All right. Jeannie, do you have more takeaways you're gonna bring us? It's
I
fine.
kind
You
of
just
feel
broke
like
the one
I kind of
takeaway
feel like
rule.
I got my hand slapped, but the other thing that I have starred and underlined, progress isn't about perfection, but the belief to keep on going. And that was Alec at the end. So I just want to reiterate with you guys, I don't even know what's all coming. I just know what the diamonds have been gleaming us with. I don't know the new products that are going to be coming this year. I don't know. I don't know. But what I do know is in going into my 12th year that I feel even more grounded, even though, you know, my points are struggling too. So if you feel like you're struggling, 100%, y'all. I have not qualified even 1 month for Mexico yet. So it's not, and it's not about the trips again, but it's the point of how many people every month I look at how many people that we are developing. And right now that is my main focus is helping someone else build belief and build them as a leader or them going up in their business. And that right now is my focus, and how I'm going to learn more about myself and them is by learning more about them. So literally taking it back to the beginning of learning more about your people, because when you learn about your people, that is what is going to get you to the next level. That's where I'm at.
I love it. That's so good. So good. Does anybody else have anything else you want to add? Anything that wasn't touched on? Creatine is the big one, new product. Then Plexus started dropping bombs. Like we also have free shipping on any subscription order for the next month. So that's
Any
exciting.
subscription order that is over 150 PV, do
Yes.
not let that bite you in the butt.
Yeah.
150 PV for a subscription order.
$150 subscription. It's $150. I looked at it twice because I was like, this should be PV and it's dollars. You look. But we have that they just dropped today also. And then the other thing that I just want to bring to your attention is, or like bring to the back to the front of your mind, is convention in June in Ohio. And we're gonna talk about it intermittently for the next May, January, February, March, April, May, June, 5 months, because I don't want you to turn around in May or June. I mean, granted, if you're having a baby, let's have a different conversation. But I don't want you to turn around in May and be like, well, I would like to go, but I didn't ask for the time off work, or I didn't budget to be able to afford to go, or I didn't think about it in time, and now I don't have anybody to watch my kids or my dogs or whatever. Like, I want you to be thinking about it now. That convention is in Ohio in June. And if this is something that you're wanting to continue to grow, in my opinion, convention is a non-negotiable. I get it that life happens. I get that babies happen. And I understand. I understand that things happen. Also, convention is important. And I love you so much. So keep that in mind. Look at the dates. We're going to start figuring things out for convention probably here soon, as far as rooms, travel, all of that. So I just want it to be at the front of your mind that you have thought about it before time gets away and all of a sudden it is much later, whether asking the time off for work. Um, I know that they dropped at Super Saturday. I feel like they dropped lots of, Michelle and I were talking about this, lots of like, this is going to be coming and this is going to be coming and a new product line and all like these other, and it's $75 to register right now. Yes, that's the other part of it. Thank you, Kaylee. Um, and I don't know how much of that, like mom said, I know even less than she probably knows of what's coming, but normally there's something big that comes at convention on top of taking Super Saturday and how motivated and fired up and filled up and fueled up and mind right and just ready to rock you felt after Super Saturday. Convention is that times 400. So conventions in June. June, I want to say 12th through the 14th. Probably should have looked at that before I just spouted those words. But,
It is the 12th through the 14th. And
you know,
we do have a little idea of a product that's coming. And you guys, it's all about weight loss right now. But you know, Plexus is going to do it right. And it was actually supposed to come out before, and it hasn't yet because they want to make sure, A, they have enough, and B, because it's going to be that good. So get your butt in the room. We all love the community. We all love the relationships that are built in at convention. When you run into someone at a coffee shop, sitting on the floor of the convention center, I personally have a picture with Christina Williams. I think Lexi does too. With Lacey and Taylor, I think too. So it's amazing things can happen when you are in the space of these people. So
and in the
get
meantime, getting in the space is things like this. So let that be your encouragement to stay plugged in.
right.
It's all the
Convention
mini
is
steps
the
to get to
12th
the
through the
big part,
14th.
to get to the Super Bowl, and the mini steps in between that keep you connected. Yes,
So,
Haley did
so
have
it's a
a
Friday,
moment.
Saturday, it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you guys. So
Yes,
not
and it
even
hits
a
the
lot,
weekend this year.
right? Not a lot of days missed from work. So if in doubt, just buy your dang ticket now. It's also a deduction for your business. Just buy your $75 ticket right now. And then we'll figure the rest of it out. I promise you, we'll figure it out.
Yay.
In my 12 years, we have never missed a convention. Also never missed a Super Saturday, whether in person or a watch party. Never missed what else are the normal train? Nothing. I guess you just don't miss a corporate sponsored event. You just don't. We've gone to all of them. I'm talking me and Woody. And he will tell you the same thing of you don't miss a corporate, especially convention.
Now we're ready. Anybody else have anything else to add? Who already knows they're going to convention? The babies. Babies are causing me issues over here. I love it. It's going to be a fun year. Who's excited for the year that 2026 is going to be? Who's committed to showing up differently in 2026 than in 2025 to create a different result? I love it. You're in the right place.